Hi, Brigitte Perenyi. You know, it's such a
Hi.
joy to see you again. We were just talking about how long ago it was we met so that I could
Yes.
interview you for what was then the Global Resilience Project, what has now become the book, Nine Secrets to Thriving.
Yes.
And it was in November 2018. Is that right?
hmm Yes. Yes. Yes.
Incredible. And you're joining this video from
hmm
Accra in Ghana.
Yes.
So wonderful to see you. You look so well. You look magnificent. It's just so
Thank
wonderful to
you.
see.
Thank you so much.
So obviously I interviewed you about your story of thriving in the face of adversity, and it is an incredible story, one of the most moving stories that I
Thank
found
you.
during the course of the interviews. And you also got the opportunity to voice some of your own parts of the story for the book. So I'm very excited to hear your voice in the book. And the purpose of this interview really is just checking in with you, Brigitte, to see
Okay.
how have you been through COVID and through the pandemic? And
hmm
are you still thriving, I guess, is a key question. And if you are, what is it you would attribute to your being able to keep you thriving? And in that, are there any little tips or tricks or insights or little pieces of wisdom for the viewers of this video? So over to you, Brigitte.
That's a lot. Okay,
It's a
thank you
lot.
so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It's always a pleasure to, to share with others how we can all thrive, because I believe we need each other to thrive. We can survive alone somehow, but to truly thrive, I think we need each other. And so for me, during this unexpected, unprecedented time of our lives right now, the COVID, we had a lockdown, so it was quite tough. But I think I had a conversation with myself, and I said, you know what can I do to help me not focus so much on the devastation, but to maybe find peace and joy in my heart. So then if there are any of my friends who may need to have a conversation with me, I can also be there for them. And so I made the decision to turn to the Word of God. I decided to give my life, to dedicate myself to Christ, just when I was 25, in 2015. So for me, that's what helped me, always helping me thrive through COVID. And so, but then I understand that not all of us are of faith, any kind of faith, and that's okay as well, because before I decided on my faith, it was, thinking back to how I was able to pull myself out of a dark place, a very bad situation, or when I'm deeply sad and feel angered. So reflecting back to those days where you thought you couldn't go through this hour, this day, but you were able to find that strength to go through it. I will advise that you just look back to what is the reason why I'm alive. How have I survived before, or thrived through a difficulty before, and tap into that as your strength to go through this time right now. Because I have had opportunity to speak to friends who were not okay at all, and and I had a conversation with them. So having that dialogue with my friends really helped me as well. It wasn't just me impacting on them. It was also what they were experiencing and giving me different perspectives
Oh, I
of what
love
we are
that.
all experiencing. Yes.
So I love all of that. So let me just tell you what I've heard, what's really landed with me. Obviously, faith is really, really important to you. And I know that you found faith, you turned to Christ in 2015, and that has been a
Yes.
real cornerstone of your strength and how you thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And, in recognizing that some people are of different faiths and some people are of no faith, you're acknowledging that, first of all, looking at why are we here, perhaps what's the meaning or the purpose of us being here, but also all of us, I think, have faced some kind of crisis in the past. And looking back, I think what you're suggesting, looking back, I love I love that idea of looking back and seeing how did I survive and thrive before, and what of that can I apply in this situation. I think that's really, really practical and incredibly useful. And the third one I can completely relate to, which is reaching out for support and connection. You know, even so, we spoke before the video about how much you have sought to be strong for your friends and reach out and help them, and that has been a lifesaver for me. But also just connecting with those who you love and who love you has also been a lifesaver. And I shared with you before we came on that actually I had used the 9 Secrets to Thriving manuscript as a bit of a self-help book for myself, and literally leafing through your story and the story of the stories of the other thrivers and saying, what if the thrivers were with me now, what is it they would tell me to do? It's amazing. I feel like I've got you all in my living room with me.
That's amazing.
It really is. And I feel so emotionally connected to all of you, which is why I was so full of joy just seeing you after almost 2 years. Honestly, I could weep. It was just so lovely. So those are all really, really, really practical. And you know, I can see that you, Brigitte, you are thriving.
Thank you. And I have to say, I can't, you know, not share this. I still kept my therapist very near. We were able to do every 2 weeks on Fridays. So when I felt, okay, I really need to, you know, switch to somebody who's professional and just speaking to her for an hour and 15 minutes, I turned to her, I said, I really need you. So think just maybe therapy, if you can afford it. And I know these days, because we are all globally talking about mental health extensively, I believe there are a lot of help out there, lots of people who are giving free services, especially during this pandemic. And so I definitely had a conversation, was keeping up with my therapist, and so that really also helped a lot.
I'm so glad you shared that. I'm so glad. That's so important. As you say, if a therapist, that was one of the key practical suggestions that came through the research as well, or a coach or a counsellor, or if you can't afford any of those, as you say, there are lots of resources online, and certainly having friends who have maybe been through what you've been through or going through what you're going through to support and validate, that's absolutely key. Such a good suggestion.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you'd like to throw in before we close the video, Brigitte?
I just want to say, whoever you are, wherever you are watching this video, you are strong. The fact that you are able to even see this video means you have thrived. You have done so much, and you're strong. You're courageous. We are all courageous and brave in our own little way. It doesn't need to be grandeur. It doesn't need to be big. You know, getting up in the morning, that is thriving. That's surviving. You know, and so I just want to encourage you to keep saying to yourself, like, you can do it, encouraging yourself that the little goes a long way. You know, I'm always about like big accomplishments, but no, what I've learned through this pandemic is getting up in the morning, reading a sentence, reading a paragraph. You don't need to read the whole book. That's an accomplishment that you should be proud of. We have to start making it normalizing, praising yourself and encouraging yourself and knowing that you are thriving.
I love that. And you know, you saying that reminds me of something that you told me almost 2 years ago in terms of reading a line. And I know that you deliberately read lines from the Bible that you find you can connect with and they're incredibly inspirational. So this reading the line, it could be from the Bible for people of particular faith, or the Quran, or whichever is their book of faith.
Definitely.
It could simply be going to inspirational quotes, whatever connects them with their wisdom. So I love that reminder. I remember you sharing that with me.
Yes.
Brigitte, it's been such a wonderful experience for me seeing you again. I can't wait till the book comes out. I can't wait to hear your voice on the book. You've been such an important part of this project. Thank you so much, and lots of love to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, talk soon. Bye.